So there are many things that people believe about crypto in South Africa which are actually not true, right? And in this video, what we'll be doing is we'll be going through the different things that people say and that people believe about crypto in South Africa, and we will so let's start with the first one. So the first thing is that a lot of South Africans believe that crypto is a scam. And that is the biggest one, and that is the biggest stumbling block that will keep a lot of people from making money in the crypto market. So the biggest world transfer is happening right now as we speak, and a lot of people are calling it a scam. And it's by design. They want you to believe that it's a scam so that you won't pay attention. They, and by they, I mean big institutions, governments, so people with money, right? So they want to take position in the investment, tell you that it's a scam. And while you looking that way, they are positioning themselves. And then once they have positioned themselves, then they'll start to say, hey, no, actually, as in, crypto is actually not a scam. Yeah, well? So listen, if you are someone who believes that crypto is a scam, in 2025, you are saying that crypto is a scam. If you are that person, then please listen to this. Né? Crypto is not a scam. There are many people that are scamming others in the name of crypto, but crypto itself is not a scam, right? So what you need to do is you need to learn, Uguti, okay, if I am going to engage in the crypto markets, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to go about doing things, right? So that you don't get scammed, because there are scammers in crypto, but crypto in and of itself is not a scam. Crypto is an asset, right? So just like you can invest in property, just like you can invest in bonds and the S&P 500, crypto is another one of those investment assets that one can explore. So keep these two things in mind. Avoid links online that you don't know where they come from, and it's from a number that you don't have in your contacts list. So avoid entering links that you have nothing to do with, and avoid giving people money. People are not supposed to take your money and invest on your behalf. They are not registered for that action. So that's how many people get scammed. And then once they get scammed by Usbonelo, Wagwamashu, or whoever, from wherever, the moment they get scammed, then they go around saying crypto itself is a scam. No, the person that you gave money scammed you. Crypto in and of itself is not a scam. Okay, the second myth that people have when it comes to crypto is that they think that you need to understand. There's a knowledge gap. People believe that you need to understand all these different things before you can start investing in crypto, and that is also not true. That's also not true. So crypto is complex and complicated, né? But you're not trying to build a blockchain. What you want is to invest. Do you understand the inner workings of Uber before you invest in it? Do you understand Nvidia? Do you understand OpenAI? You don't understand the inner workings of these companies, but you know that you just need to place your money and invest in their stock, and then when their stock increases, then you sell and you get your money. Yabo? And so it's the same with crypto. It's exactly the same. You don't need to understand how smart contracts work. You don't need to understand how the blockchain works and who's mining what. No, you don't need to understand all of that. You just need to understand how to get imali yako, which is in rands, fiat currency. Get the fiat currency into crypto, buy crypto, hold crypto, wait until it's valued higher than you bought it, and then you sell. That's the only thing you need to know when it comes to investing in crypto. So that is a myth, and it's a lie. You need to have all this knowledge about all these different things before you can invest into crypto. That is not true. Here's another one. So a lot of people, they think, no, Mina, I'm going to invest in the bank. No, Mina, I'm going to invest in, they trust the bank. They think that if they invest their money in the bank, then it's safe, one, and that they are going to get enough returns for their money to be preserved, or to even increase the money that they invested. Yabo. And that's also another lie. It's not true, because the interest that the banks are usually giving you, sometimes they're not even competitive with the interest rate. They are not competitive with the rate of inflation. Yeah, but so essentially you are actually losing money. Your money is at the bank, but it's losing its purchasing power, right? So investing your money in the bank is not the way necessarily to go. You can save money, the money that you need, you can save it in the bank. But as far as any money, you need to have invested it. You need to have invested it into an asset that will give you good returns on your investment. So the bank is not the solution. It is a myth, it's a lie. Here's a major one as well. People, they fear the unknown, right? So people, they want to take part in something once it has been figured out and completely known. But what you don't realize is that the returns, the greatest returns in anything, they are made when before it is fully established and it is fully mass adopted. That's where you make the most. That's where you get the most returns from your investment. Yeah, well, so let's take a Bitcoin. A Bitcoin in 2017. If you invested in Bitcoin in 2017, right now you're swimming in cash. Right now you're swimming in cash, right? But now the USA and all, like a lot of countries and big institutions and governments, they have all now gotten their hands into, well, not all of them, but a lot of the big institutions are now crypto conscious. They've realized that crypto is an asset that is worth investing into, and a lot of them, they've already started buying a crypto. So what this means is that the law of diminishing returns is now in action. In Leo, it's basically ukuthi, when something is approaching mass adoption, the returns that you can get from it, they've diminished. Yabo. And so it's better to get in early. Yabo. So please overcome your fear of the unknown. Learn about it, get in before it is mass adopted, and stop being afraid of the fact that it is not being advertised on TV or on billboards the way that other things are. It's a myth and it's a lie. And then the last one that I'll address here is the crowd mentality. So a lot of people have a crowd mentality. So a lot of people are saying that Bitcoin is a scam, a lot of people, or crypto is a scam, and a lot of people are out of the market. So now where you think, okay, no, surely this is the way to go. Think about this. There's always a small percentage of abantu abanemali, people that are rich. There's always a small percentage of those people. Why? The crowd is often wrong. The crowd is often wrong. The pursuit of a financial or a secure job, employment, it does not amount to wealth. Yabo? So the crowd is wrong most of the time. So what you need to do is you need to tap into alternative means, alternative knowledge, and alternative ways. That's where the biggest return on investments are realized. So stop this thing of wanting to go with the crowd. Onendlebe agezwe. People who invested in Bitcoin in 2011, multimillionaires. People who invested in Ethereum, multimillionaires when it came out in 2017. People who invested in Solana, millionaires now. Why? Because, and then now, if you come in now to invest in those assets, you're not going to get as much returns. Why? Because the returns have diminished. A lot of people have accepted those coins as established coins that they are willing to invest into. So the returns have diminished. Okay, so for this video, we will only speak about those myths and those lies that a lot of people in the South African context believe when it comes to crypto, right? And so we will speak about other topics that are important in this subject of crypto in the following videos. And so what I need from you is to comment, so engage with the content. I need you to like, and I need you to subscribe. Okay, and there's a lot to come. So these are just early days. We're still speaking about myths and addressing a lot of issues that people have as far as crypto is concerned. But there's a lot to come. There's a lot of alpha. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of guidance that I'm going to offer in this channel. And it's going to be a great ride. So like, comment, subscribe, and I promise to give you 10 out of 10 content.